All right, let's talk about going to the movies. But we're not going to focus on the big stars or the crazy special effects. Nope. Today, we're looking at something that's kind of hidden in plain sight, but is absolutely essential for millions of people. I'm talking about subtitles. Let's really dig in. I mean, you know that feeling, right? You're in your seat, the lights go down, that huge screen just lights up, and for the next 2 hours, you're just gone, completely lost in another world. It's that movie magic, that escape that we all crave. Okay, now imagine this. A huge plot twist, a crucial line of dialogue pops up on screen, and you can't read it. The spell is just broken, snapped. And for millions of people, this isn't just some hypothetical. It's a really frustrating reality that stands between them and just enjoying a movie like everyone else. So let's talk about this barrier. What is it, really? We're going to see how some seemingly small choices in design, in just a lack of thinking ahead, can create this massive obstacle for a whole lot of people. Okay, take a look at this. I am not a prize to be won. See how that bright yellow text on the solid black background just pops? The font is clean, it's simple, you can read it in a split second. This is what good accessibility looks like. It's clear, it's quick, and it just plain works. And now, here's the exact same line. But wow, what a difference, right? The font is thin, it's tiny, and that low contrast, it practically disappears into the background. For so many viewers, this isn't just hard to read, it's basically invisible. So who are we really talking about here? Well, this hugely impacts viewers with what's called low vision, and it's so important to get this. We're not just talking about needing a stronger pair of glasses. This is a significant visual impairment that can't be fully corrected. So you can see why tiny, low-contrast text becomes a real, legitimate barrier. Okay, so what do we do about it? What's the fix? The good news is we don't have to reinvent the wheel here. The answers are actually pretty straightforward, based on some key design principles. Think of it as a guide to seeing for the folks making and showing the movies. So if we were to write a real guide for this, what would actually be in it? What does it take to design subtitles that work for everyone? Well, it boils down to three really fundamental things, and they all circle back to one core idea: clarity. First up, fonts. On the left, you've got these fancy, decorative fonts. And yeah, they can look cool and artistic, but on a huge screen, all those little details just blur into mush. The answer, as you can see on the right, is a clean, bold, sans serif font. Every single letter stands out. You can process it instantly. That's what we're aiming for. Okay, next is contrast. And this one is just non-negotiable. Seriously. That gray on the left, that's just asking for a headache for anybody. But look at the right. That bright yellow on a solid black background, you literally can't miss it. High contrast means the text always stands out, even if there's a crazy action scene happening behind it. And last but not least, size. It sounds so obvious, right? But you'd be surprised how often it's overlooked. That tiny text on the left, it makes you squint, lean forward. But when you just make it an appropriate size, like on the right, everything changes. And this isn't just some technical tweak. It's the difference between feeling included in the audience and feeling completely left out. But here's the thing. All these technical fixes, font, contrast, size, they're super important, but they're really only half the story. The real solution, the one that's going to stick, requires a much bigger shift, a total change in mindset for the whole film industry. It's time, you could say, to write a new memo. So what do I mean by a new memo? Well, it's basically a call to action. It's this idea that we need to move beyond just a simple checklist of fixes and really embrace a whole philosophy of inclusive design, right from the very beginning of any project. So, what's written in this new memo? Well, number one, you have to think about accessibility from day one. It can't be an afterthought. Number two, you gotta stop seeing this as a chore or an obligation and start seeing it as a chance to innovate, to be creative. And maybe most importantly, it's about understanding a simple truth. When you make the experience better for some, you often make it better for all. Think about it. Watching in a loud theater, or English isn't your first language, or you just can't understand what that one actor is mumbling, good subtitles help everyone. And this quote, this really just nails it. True accessibility is not about compliance, it's about connection.
It's not about following a rule book to avoid getting in trouble. It's about making sure that the story, the emotion, the magic can connect with every single person sitting in that dark theater.
And that's where this whole idea gets so much bigger than just movie subtitles. Because once you start to see one of these invisible barriers, you can't help but wonder, what else is out there? What other invisible barriers are we just not seeing that are waiting for us to finally notice them and tear them down?